lives of the young people right now and those in the graves is no difference. That is what the young people are trying to mean. Mumetua tukiwa uhai.
All right.
And we are wishing the same on you.
I see some of the panelists already shaking their heads. But let's
course,
hear what Reverend has to say about this. Reverend, are the young people in discipline?
When they are not, and I want to agree with her when we are asking who exactly has the bar to say, or the standard to say that we are being indisciplined. And the DP starts by saying that we need mentorship. And I want to look at who are our mentors. Is he and Joho supposed to be our mentors? How can they show us what vice is and then demand virtue from us? It is impossible. The young people are a result of the general society and the community. And so if the young people are indisciplined, it is a very clear mirror of what the society is, because basically it is monkey see and monkey do. And so we are just doing what they have taught us to do well. It is wrong to say that we are indisciplined, because truly when we agree with what they are saying, that is when we are being called discipline. When we cheer for them and say, miaka ingine tano for our president, that is being disciplined. But when we say this is wrong and we stand our ground, it becomes a problem to them. And then that is when they are redefining discipline into indiscipline. The young people went to the streets in June and they were killed. They did what was constitutionally right. And so the protest morphed into an online one where they believed, or where we believed, that we won't be touchable. But then we see that young people from the silhouettes, and again I want to say that that man in the casket is just an old man. Our president is very much alive and he has proved it over and over again. And so I don't know why the head of the country is reacting to pictures of an old man in a casket, of silhouettes. How does he know how his shadow looks like? And why is he reacting as the head of the country? It is so uncouth and very unsettling to us. And if we're supposed to follow what is discipline, then we are not ready to be disciplined as the young people. We are very ready to be indisciplined.
Of course, it's our time to give thoughts on the topic there. Youth, discipline, and politics. Ruto says there is moral fabric of our country at risk of decay. But the reality is, young people are being accused of having a moral decay. But when you go around, when you move around, when you see things which are happening in the republic, then you ask yourself, how is this moral decay? How is this going to affect us? Because the president is talking to these young people, but in reality, in Israelis, we are having people like Farah Maharim who are coming out to utter the unthinkable in the front of the president. We have seen the likes of Kasudi Kapket saying that there is nothing we can do as young people of the republic. Yet the young people are yearning for change. In the recent days, you have seen how the young people of Kenya come out to cry and want good governance. But people who are already in power think that this is something which they are just making noise for. Surely, let's be honest to ourselves. Let's be honest to the country. Of course, just abusing the president is not fine, but there is no substantiation, or there is nothing in the constitution which really says that you can't call the president what. Those are some of the things which they are trying to intimidate the young people with. The young people have really been injecting the reality which is happening in the country, citing that indeed we are at risk of even more bad governance.
Under the Social Health Insurance Fund to a secret escrow account, allegedly controlled by a consortium contracted to implement the Integrated Healthcare Information Technology System. The authority says the monies meant to fund SHIF are safe and are being held in 6 banks locally. Gloria Milimu kickstarts our broadcast tonight.
As efforts to ensure all Kenyans become members of the Social Health Authority continue through the ongoing mass registration campaign exercise across the country, it is alleged that monies collected under the Social Health Insurance Fund are being deposited to a secret escrow account as per confidential contract entered between the Ministry of Health and a consortium. It is alleged that the contract that remains shrouded in secrecy allows parties to jointly issue instructions to the agent to set up an account to be held in the name of the escrow agent. It further alleges that the procuring entity will immediately, upon commencement of registration and payments by end users of the system, transfer or procure the transfer to the escrow account of such amount necessary to enable it meet its present and future payment obligations. An escrow is said to be a financial arrangement whereby a third party is entrusted to hold funds pending execution of a contract. However, the Social Health Authority has rubbished the claims, stating that SHIF contributions are safe. Acting Social Health Authority Chief Executive Officer Robert Ingarisa told KTN that the monies that have so far been collected, amounting to 14 billion within a span of 2.5 months, are being collected through a system that goes to at least 6 bank accounts.
It is from those bank accounts we disburse to the hospitals.
Ingarisa further says that the 6 collecting banks have been integrated to the SHA system to facilitate the collection of member contributions.
Anyone seeking to pay to the SHIF account, one, you have to interact with our system. You'll be able to generate a payment advice. So armed with your payment advice, you go to the bank, our collecting bank. They will be able, because of integration, be able to view that payment advice from their side and then receive your money against that advice.
The 6 banks include KCB, ABSA, Cooperative, CDN, Equity, and Diamond Trust Bank.
I wish to assure that the money that is meant to fund the social health insurance for the public, it's very safe. It is in SHA accounts held in the 6 banks and nowhere else.
Questions have also been raised regarding the decision to have a separate pay bill for SHIF remittances, contrary to President William Ruto's single pay point for all government services as per the July 2023 directive. Critics reckon it could be the reason why an escrow account allegedly exists, even despite alleged warning on its creation for not being in line with existing public finance laws.
The government, in an effort to help us stabilize, gave us an exceptional exemption for 3 months, within which we were to use this pay bill. Thereafter, we shall revert to the government's pay bill under e-Citizen.
Meanwhile, as a way of ensuring the monies under the 3 funds do not mix, each has its own designated account according to SHA. The Primary Healthcare Fund and the Emergency, Chronic, Critical Illness Fund, which are exchequer funded, have so far received 4 and 2 billion shillings respectively. Another 1 billion shillings caters for the indigents according to the Social Health Authority. Gloria Milimu, KTN.